Solana meme coin season is coming back in 2025 and sooner than we think. That's why in this video we've prepared a comprehensive guide for beginners to learn how to find, buy, sell and conduct research on Solana meme coins. So before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button and let's dive straight into it. And to begin with, stage one of getting started with meme coins on Solana is ensuring that you have yourself a Solana wallet. And of course, we have got ourselves 3 options of which we have set up in the past, and we have tutorials on our YouTube channel, so feel free to check them out for either A, Phantom, which is the most popular Solana wallet. We've also got Backpack, an extremely popular wallet, as well as Solflare. So it's entirely up to you which wallet that you choose, but in this video, we're going to be using our Phantom wallet. Therefore, we can confirm that we've got our wallet set up and we've got Solana in this wallet. We've got it funded with Sol tokens here. As you can see, we've got just over 1 token. However, what we want to do from here, my friends, is now move on to stage 2. And stage 2 is going to be all about finding your meme coins. How do you find them? Well, it could be over on X. It could be on CoinMarketCap. It could be on DEX Screener. It could even be on Bullex, on many other protocols and websites. So if you have found your Solana meme coin over on X, which for example, if I was to type in Solana over on the X search bar, here guys, you would find all of these Solana contract addresses, complete random ones, and I'm not telling you to buy any of them that you may see in this video. So for example, guys, I don't know, if we scroll down and find ourselves a CA stands for a contract address, of which is what you use to copy and paste into a decentralized exchange in order to buy it. However, as you can see here, we've got this guy that says he made a 10.3x pump from his call on Sol Baby. I don't exactly know what this is, and I'm not saying to check it out whatsoever. I'm not going to be touching this whatsoever. Nonetheless, my friends, all you would do is, for an example, you could very simply copy this address, take it over to, I don't know, DEX Screener. Next, you could very simply put it in the search bar. If you see the token, as you can see here, Solana Baby, this guy probably did make over a 10x because look at that huge green candle. On the right hand side, you'll be able to see the contract details, of which are the contract address, the pair, the liquidity pool, and X, Y, and Z. However, guys, this is just stage 1 of finding your meme coin. You may have found it over on CoinMarketCap. For example, if you go over to memes or if you go over to the Solana section, you'll be able to see all of the biggest protocols and meme coins within the Solana ecosystem. So you can see official Trump meme coin, you can see the Bonk meme coin, you can see SPX, Fartcoin, Dog with Hat, and you see where I'm going with this. If, for example, you wanted to get yourselves Pudgy Penguins, you could very simply head over to Pudgy Penguins on CoinMarketCap. On the left-hand side, you will see what's called the contracts. That is the same contract address we can use to take over to DEX Screener or any other platform that we want to use. Here we can check out the token all in all. So for example, guys, just make sure this is the right one. It's got a $639 million market cap. You can zoom in and out of the chart X, Y, and Z. You can look at how many buyers, the volume that's taking place, and so on. So this is all about finding your meme coins. Now, it's very important to take a look and do all your research before you invest a single cent. However, it depends how much of a degen you are. Some people like to, for example, just allocate 0.1 Sol or a whole Solana into just aping into a meme coin. And by aping in, I mean literally just buying a meme coin without doing any research whatsoever. We do not recommend that, guys. We advise you to do your research at all times. Always conduct with safety precautions, for example, using a burner wallet as well. However, we'll get into that in a minute. But for now, we're just showing you how to find meme coins on Solana. And therefore, you know how to use X to find your meme coins, or CoinMarketCap, for example. You can also use DEX Screener. So over on DEX Screener, if you go to the left-hand side, you'll see a Solana section. Here, you're going to be filtered down to all of the Solana tokens, and you can filter it down however you like as well. Whether or not that's the highest transactions within the last 24 hours. As you can see, LC SHIB, just under 200 transactions. It's been around for 4 months. We've got FWOG, which has been around for 10 months, 157,000 transactions. On the right hand side, you can see metrics such as liquidity, you can see market cap, and you can see the price rise and drop within the last 5 minutes, 1 hour, 6 hours, or 24 hours. So guys, it's entirely up to you which meme coins that you're looking for. If you're looking for high risk plays, you can do that by filtering it down to the lowest liquidities and market caps. You can also filter it down by the newest cryptocurrencies. So for example, 37 minutes ago, Sol Baby. So that guy made that money that we just saw over on X. I don't know whether or not this is a good meme coin. I have no idea, but it is brand new. You've got Snakeboard, you've got Lilo, you've got Build on Sol System, and you've got so many other meme coins. Honestly, it's entirely up to you. But like I said, all you could do is very simply find find your meme coin, and then you could just see on the right hand side all of the details to look out for. Now, you can also use platforms such as DEXs, so if you wanted to find new meme coins or trending meme coins, even cryptocurrencies that aren't exactly meme coins, this, my friends, is an all-in-one user interface that if you would like a tutorial, you can let us know in the comment section down below. Nonetheless, you know how to find meme coins now, but stage 3 is the most important step in my personal opinion, and that is conducting as many safety checks as possible. Therefore, what we can do is, guys, we can very simply use popular tools for the Solana ecosystem in order to help us when buying and finding cryptocurrencies such as meme coins. Now, these are obviously high-risk cryptocurrencies, and therefore that's why I like to provide you with the tools to conduct your own research. So the first part of the safety check which I like to do is, for example, guys, if we head over to DEX Screener, on the right hand side we can see things such as the liquidity locked. Now you can see 100% of this token here, which is Sol Baby, has 100% locked up in liquidity. It's only $82,000. Now that's not that much, to be honest with you guys. It is actually a small amount, and therefore this is going to be a very, very volatile pool. Only because it has $86,000 liquidity, guys, and if, for example, someone was to pull out $50,000 profit worth of tokens, that would drain it down to $34,000 liquidity, guys. Basically, if there are a lot of whales, they can dump it down to zero. That's what I'm basically trying to say. And you can see that over in the holders section. Now here, you can see how much people are holding. This is where you need to make sure that you're looking, guys. So for example, as you can see, we've got 72.3 million tokens hold. Below that, this guy's got 25K almost. 15K, 13K, guys. These top 5 holders can literally dump it to zero in a matter of seconds. If they sell all of their tokens, boom, it goes to zero. Now, I haven't checked whether or not these are the liquidity pool address or the burn address, X, Y, and Z, but it could very well be the owner's address. The top one is the liquidity pool, so we don't need to really worry about that one that much. However, the ones below that, honestly, there are too many big holders, even people holding in the thousands. If all of these guys just dump, because it could be under the same wallet address hood, then it's all over. So for example, what I like to do is I like to check one of these random addresses, and I like to take it over to Solscan. And Solscan is the explorer of the Solana network, as you may have guessed, just like Etherscan is of Ethereum, and so on. So for example, what I like to do is, guys, I like to very simply go over here, take a random address like I just shown you. It says it's copied to clipboard. You take it over to Solscan, paste it. What you can do is you can very simply check out to see if this guy only holds one token. He actually doesn't. This person seems like a legitimate user. Now what you can do is just very simply take a few from the list and just copy and paste it. Now if they only hold this Sol Baby token, and if, for example, you find 5 wallets exactly the same, it's most likely the same wallet address, of which is controlling multiple addresses to obviously sell at the same time whenever they're looking to. So it could be the contract owner, who knows, guys. But what I'm trying to say is look at the holders, take a look at all the metrics. It's very important. Now a great thing is Bubble Maps has also come into play with the DEX Screener app, so you can directly look and see if there are any big clusters. Now the big clusters means that there are loads of wallets connected to the same address, so you need to check out to see whether or not that is taking place, which amazingly it is not happening on this Sol Baby token. So guys, I'm going to leave it at that with how to check over on DEX Screener, but that is the first tool, and these are the first metrics that I like to look at. I like to look at the top traders, but the next thing I like to do in order to check contract addresses and the safety of a cryptocurrency is by now taking this contract address, of which is down here. You can see Sol Baby, and right next to it, we can see the contract address. Where I will take this now is very, very important. And this is going to be RugCheck. And this is an absolutely awesome platform of which I like to use all the time when checking out any Solana tokens. So for example, if you got a brand new meme coin that came from Pump Fund or whatever platform you may have found the contract address, you would very simply just paste it in here. Next, you just click check. So we can see Solana Baby, of which we've been looking at in this entire video, and I have no idea what it is until now. I've been doing my research. The risk analysis says good. Now it's not perfect, it's not amazing, and we need to see what's wrong with it. So we can see 81% of the liquidity is locked. Not too bad. Mint authority, we don't exactly know. That is not a good sign. There's only 1,900 holders. It's got a 577k market cap. It's got a 1 billion supply, not too bad. And you can see all the top holders on the right hand side. Here, guys, it's a beta, but here you can see the insider network. So in a nutshell, they will tell you whether or not there are insiders behind this protocol. However, it says there are no insider networks detected for this protocol. Now, it might not be completely accurate, but it's a good thing to check out. Now, it's very limited as to what we can see right now on this token. However, it is because it's very new. Now, for example, if I was to take an older meme coin, it could be Pudgy Penguins, for example, I could very simply copy this address, which is down here, as you can see. We are now going to go back over to RugCheck, of which we're now going to go home, and we're now going to paste the wallet address. If you search it, guys, here it's been given a warning because of the 46% supply sent to 17,767 wallets. Now, guys, I'm going to say this is probably just completely inaccurate just because they did an airdrop. That airdrop sent it to all those wallets. It's not because of the insider networks, I don't think, in my personal opinion. I think this is a pretty solid meme coin. However, you can pick literally any meme coin. You can go over to the token section, see recently viewed, most viewed, and so on. Soul Baby does seem to be most viewed at the moment, and therefore it might be picking up traction. But guys, you can literally look at any token, and this is a fantastic place to also conduct research on Solana meme coins. Up next, we're also going to use another platform to show you, because I think having as many tools as possible is always great. After that, guys, you could always take your contract address over to SolScan. Just to let you know, I just wanted to briefly show you, if you were just to paste in anything, this is the token address of the Pudgy Penguins token, as we can see over here. Here you'll be able to see full information and analytics behind the Pudgy Penguins token from SolScan. So you can see how many holders, just under 540,000. That is insane. The amount of transactions and what transactions are taking place, the amount of holders, the analytics, like I said. So here, guys, it's very important to take a look at these metrics. Is absolutely phenomenal. So honestly, I would absolutely take a look at SolScan whenever you're looking at a cryptocurrency within the Solana network. It doesn't have to be just meme coins. Now, if we were to take over the Pudgy Penguins contract over to another platform, like I said, I wanted to show you, this is going to be Bird Eye, another fantastic all-in-one platform, of which isn't just limited to Solana, but primarily focuses on Solana. So here you can see all the trending tokens, and you can see which ones are trending by price rise and price drop. However, in the top left, we now want to search our token, which is going to be the Pudgy Penguins token, and it appears right here. Here you can very simply go through all of the information as to how it works, but we'll go through that in a future video. Nonetheless, guys, here you can see everything about the Pudgy Penguins token. So on the left-hand side, we can see how many holders. We can see the top 10 holders hold 58.73%. We can see 9 watchers, 278 markets, of which it's available to buy Pudgy Penguins. That is absolutely insane. We can see how many people liked versus disliked, the sentiment, the top 10 holders, and so much more, of which you need to check out. However, guys, down the bottom, you can also see the security section. So for example, if we click security, here you can see all of the things that we need to look out for. So ownership renounced, fantastic, fantastic. High risk, it says nope, it's not, it's on the Jupiter strict list, fantastic. Owner cannot mint more tokens, fantastic. And then down here, guys, token percentage of creator, 14.51%. I'm sure they've explained this all in the tokenomics. However, I would urge you to do your own research. Nonetheless, that is another platform of which you can use to conduct research on your meme coins, or even find new meme coins. And now, my friends, we have gone through so many different platforms of which you can use to find and conduct research on Solana meme coins. The last and final stage of which we want to show you to get started is how to buy and sell meme coins. How do we do this? Well, you have 3 options. And first option is going to be a centralized exchange. And personally, I wouldn't recommend this whatsoever. You are going to be late to the party generally if you are buying on a centralized exchange. Yes, I mean that you have to realistically get in early on a decentralized exchange in order to make the maximum gains. Now, I'm not telling you whatsoever what to do. It's entirely up to you. If you want to grab meme coins on a centralized exchange, you do you. I'm not a financial advisor. We are not financial advisors. We do not give any financial advice whatsoever. And you must always conduct your own research and use a burner wallet for extra security. However, option 2 is going to be through a decentralized exchange, and that could very well be through the leading decentralized exchange known as Radium, or it could easily be the Orca decentralized exchange, which is a competitor to, of course, the Radium decentralized exchange. So you've got either of these options. There are also many other DEXs that you can use on Solana, but these are the 2 most popular and have the most liquidity pools. And first, obviously, primarily is the Radium DEX. And once you're here, all you need to very simply do is get yourselves logged in. And once you are here, guys, as you can see, we can now start swapping tokens, and therefore we are going to use our SOL tokens to swap into other tokens. Now, down below that, you can see where it says USDT. We actually want to now swap that into another token. Now, what you're going to see here, guys, is first the amount of tokens that I have in my wallet. But down below that, guys, you're going to be able to see all other tokens within the Radium protocol and, of course, the Solana ecosystem. So if you found a meme coin here that you wanted to obtain, or if you found any meme coin within the Solana ecosystem, it could be Pudgy Penguins, for example, you could take the contract address over, you could then go back over to Radium, and you could paste the contract address and you'll see Pengu. However, if, for example, you wanted to just search Pengu, you'll be able to see Pudgy Penguins comes up. Bingo bango, same thing. So all you would do is very simply choose an amount of SOL tokens to swap. It could be 0.1, it could be 0.05. It depends on, of course, your budget. I'm just going to swap roughly $7.83 as a tutorial into Pengu tokens. I'm not telling you to buy this whatsoever, but you would just click swap and bingo bango. That is exactly how you swap tokens. Very, very simple, guys. Now, like I said, this is a decentralized exchange, and that is just by simply swapping because of the liquidity pools that are provided on Raydium. However, you have another option, which is option 3, and that is by using a decentralized exchange aggregator. And the most popular and my favorite decentralized exchange aggregator on Solana is Jupiter. And basically, guys, what this does is it enables you to find the cheapest and fastest swap on the entire Solana network. So you're not just limited to the Raydium DEX or the Orca DEX. It may find pools from Meteora, it could find pools from other protocols of which have liquidity pools for the token you're looking for. So no matter what you're looking for on Solana, you can very simply swap it on Jup. So first step is again logging in, which you can see I'm logged in myself. After that, I'm going to once again use my SOL tokens up top, and then down below I'm going to choose a meme coin. Like I said, I can either scroll through the list and find a meme coin that I like, or I can again go back over to CoinMarketCap or DEX Screener and find another meme coin. It's entirely up to me, it's entirely up to you what you do yourself. But for example, if I go back here and I don't know, I wanted to find another meme coin. It could be Fartcoin, for example. We could come over here, get the token address, come back over to Jupiter. Now I can either A, type in Fartcoin, which you'll see it come up. Boom, it has got the verified checklist. If not, you paste the address and boom, it comes up, and that's the only one that comes up. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to choose a small fractional amount in order to swap. It doesn't have to be that much because it's a tutorial and it's all dependent on what meme coins you want to buy. You now know how to buy meme coins. And selling is just as simple. You don't really need to stress about learning how, because all you need to do is click that reverse button. As long as the token that you're selling is up top and the token that you want to buy into is down below, you're good to go. However, what you are going to need is to have Solana tokens in order to pay for gas, but I don't need to explain that because I'm assuming you know that already. However, guys, that is very simply how to get started with Solana meme coins. From here, what I would say is what I like to do is very simply use protocols such as Step Finance, a portfolio tracker on the Solana network. Here you can see all of your holdings within the Solana ecosystem. It's entirely up to you if you wanted to use this platform. I personally like to do it to see what I have. If not, you can just always go into your wallet and you'll see all the tokens that you own. Of course, guys, you can switch between burner wallets as well at any given time, just like I like to do every now and then. However, the choice is yours. Next, guys, have fun. Of course, conduct your own research and act safely, because it is very, very important to follow these stricter security measures. If you would like a full video on security within the world of crypto, then let us know. However, guys, we appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, because it really shows support on our channel. If you have any requests whatsoever for other content, let us know in the comment section down below. And friends, once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.